From Sinatra, swing to Brando's stage. Marilyn's grace to JFK's age. It's Johnny Russo, Hollywood's own, where Jeanie Raymond's secrets are shown. Hollywood Godfather.
Welcome, everybody. It's time for another Hollywood Godfather podcast. Jeanie Raymond is with me again, fortunately. She better never leave. Jeanie, my love, how are you?
Oh, I'm great. How are you doing, Gianni?
Well, I'm really excited because today we've been waiting for news from the Gaming Commission. And as you know, I'm now associated with Resorts World. And today they allowed and gave us permission to build out Aqueduct Racetrack,
Oh my gosh.
build a 2,000-room hotel. And you ready for this? We'll be ready and operating the new casino by 4th of July weekend of this coming year, 2026 coming.
Is there anything there now?
Oh yeah, no, there's a casino there now, and we're operating now, but it's only machines. We've had it there. Not we, I mean, but you know, Resorts World.
Sure.
Unfortunately, I'm with them now, and it's great because now we have something, and that's a half hour from my house.
Oh, you're kidding.
Oh no, it's a half hour away. You know, I'm going to Bimini. I'll be down there for Valentine's Day. And that's a beautiful resort to have there. And as you know, later on, my commercial for the Catskills Columbus Day weekend, I'll be there. But we just got the news; it's all over the every network carried it that we got the license. But it's an $8 billion project over the next 24 months. It's fun.
That's incredible.
Something else to do.
Right. You needed a little something because, we wouldn't want you to get bored. I've never known anybody you're just everywhere. And it's incredible and so healthy, so happy. It's so cool to see you doing what you're doing. I love your energy. I love that you just keep on moving, and
I'll tell you right now, I have to again thank Amazon. Amazon, this is the new book, Mafia Secrets, but Amazon is selling this to death. And it doesn't come out until November 18th.
Oh, wow.
And it's going to be, if anybody's listening, I hope everybody's listening, or anybody, but if you go on Amazon now, you could buy the book for a 25% discount. And if you buy it, send it to me and I'll sign it for Christmas gifts.
Oh, what a great idea.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. I love that.
Come up with them every once in a while. So now this is one of my favorite shows, and yours also, is the Mailbag, because it gives us an opportunity to find out what you want and what questions you want, what shows you want, what performers you want on. So let's get into the Mailbag.
All right. Well, it's funny that you say that because you say what performers that you want. A lot of people loved when we talked about your movies, and so someone said that they wanted to see if you would bring on are there any producers or anything like that that were part of your shows that would ever come on the show and interview and talk about the show with you?
Oh, I'm sure I could ask. It's a good question. See,
yeah, that's from
stuff. Yeah.
I don't know how to say this guy's name. It says Priest Fender. I'm not sure what it is. It says, Johnny, I have an idea for a future episode. Bring in a producer or director of movies, TV series that you acted in. I'd love to hear how business works, especially how actors are chosen for specific parts. Love your show. I've never missed an episode. So thanks for your question. And that's a great
Who was that guy? Who was that guy? Let's mention his first name at least.
It just says and it's PRECBS Fender. I don't know what that says. So it might be initials, but Freak Fender? I don't know.
Or maybe that's what or maybe he's calling him, it's his nickname, Big Spender, maybe. Okay.
Maybe. Anyway, thank you so much, and I'll comment back to him here. We
Yeah.
appreciate your questions. We love it when you guys engage with us and give us ideas. So, Gianni, you're going to be so busy running around meeting people. If you run into any producers of anything that you've been on, they'd
Well,
love
I
to hear
could
that.
call them, it's see, you
Sure.
have to see what what they're doing. It's all,
Well,
it's all good.
yeah, that's a great idea.
No, we'll do it.
All right. So let's get to the next one. Someone named Ralph Onafrio
Anafrio.
says, "Where have you been, Paisan? Good to see you. God bless." So I know that's not a question, but it was cute. He wanted to say hello, so I wanted to pass that along.
Well, hello to him, and just go on our social media. You'll know where I'm at.
Right.
I'm
Gianni's
different
everywhere.
country, different state. Thank God.
Always moving. All right. So do you remember the movie? It was a series called Vegas, and it was
Oh
when
my
I was
God,
young with Dan, Robert Ulrich was Dan Tana in the series. Did you?
I remember Vegas, yeah, but I don't know who's the guy that played it?
It was Robert Ulrich, something Ulrich or Ulrich, good looking guy.
But he
Tall,
was the
dark-haired
star
guy.
of it?
Yeah. And I think I'm wondering if there were two versions of it for a while there, but real good looking guy. It was probably in the 70s or 80s.
Because I know Jimmy Carr did one too from Vegas.
Oh, really?
Oh, there was a couple of them from Vegas, yeah.
I'm sure. There's so many movies about Las Vegas. All right. So let's see. All right. So this is from Jacob. Jacob said, "How did Frank Costello, get started in the mob?"
Well, it happened during probation. I mean, he was in Harlem and as a young hood and a teenager. My uncles, actually from Sicily, sent his mother and father here. So he came
Oh,
as a kid.
with his parents.
Yeah, and then
Wow.
Little Italy at that time was in Harlem in the
Oh,
20s and 30s. Then it moved down to where it is now, down in the Lower East Side of New York. But he got involved with a street gang, and then Prohibition came along in the 30s, and he became a multimillionaire. He became partners with Joe Kennedy, Robert Kennedy, and John Kennedy's father, and they amassed 30 to $50 million each in the 30s.
holy cow.
And from
Well,
that point on, the rest was history. And thank God, I'm living in his house here in New York City.
that's incredible. So he was a bootlegger, is that right? I read something that said he was a bootlegger and he used seaplanes to move his
No, he
merchandise.
had everything. I forget about what he had. No, when he's after being a bootlegger, he could be anything he wanted, and he was. And I met him much later on. I met him in the 50s, and no, but the good news about that, Loretta, his wife, and he never had children.
Mhm.
So when he met me on the streets and then found out who I was, he basically took me in because I was selling ballpoint pens on the street corner. And he said, "You'll never do this, what your family did for my family and that." And that was the change of my life, man. Big change.
Well, yeah, no, were him and Vito Genovese, were they friends as kids and then
What happened was Vito and the gang he got to be in was the Genovese crime family. So when Vito went to prison, he was running it for him, but he didn't want to. Nobody knew what he was doing. He and Meyer Lansky simultaneously at that time created the World Syndicate. And they didn't want anything to do with the five families in New York. They wanted the whole enchilada, and they got it. And that's where I was able to move around and do what I did.
right? And they were very businesslike, right? I
Oh,
mean, Frank was
he
very
was so
classy.
business. He was not a thug and didn't believe in violence. And if he needed violence done, he'd pick up a phone. Oh, he was a gentleman. I never heard him raise his voice. How's that? Never heard him raise his voice.
Well, I can't say that for myself, but
Or me. I'm always yelling at somebody.
yeah, me too, Gianni. I'm not quiet. I'm not quiet. Let's see. All right. So did you ever have any involvement with Vito? Or were you ever around him?
I saw him as a kid, but I knew all of them. That's the world I grew up in.
Right.
And I was a messenger for all, bringing messages and envelopes to every guy you could think of. And
Yeah.
then I started going around the country. I was 17, I remember it well. And when I started traveling, when they were trying to get JFK to be president of the United States, and Joe Kennedy made a promise to the mob that if his son got in, they would invade Cuba and get all the casinos back. That never happened. And that's how all his sons started getting assassinated.
Yeah. I can't even imagine. Yeah. That brought up a. So let's see. Where are we now? Lucky Luciano. Oh, sorry. This is from Steven. Lucky Luciano, how involved was Frank Costello with Lucky Luciano?
Well, I mean, they were all involved because they lent him a lot of money to open casinos early on in Vegas, and that was a catastrophe. And they had to wind up killing him.
Lucky?
They killed him in Virginia Hills, a house in Beverly Hills on a Sunday afternoon.
And she lived, right?
Oh, Virginia Hill was his girlfriend, and she went back to Italy and Switzerland to get the 3 million they stole that should have been next.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, I wasn't around then. That was in the 40s.
Yeah, you were barely born, right? That's wild.
I was born, but I was in Bellevue.
Oh,
I got out of Bellevue in 1950.
wow. Wow. All right. This is from Francis. Was Vito Genovese responsible for the FBI looking into the mob?
No, Vito Genovese eventually was deported, and actually the FBI used him in Italy because that's when they found some German warships off the coast of New York. So he got the international longshoremen to work along with the government, and that's how they caught a lot of spy ships. And
From Vito?
Vito Genovese, yep.
Wow. I didn't know that. That's wild.
Most people don't know that.
Well, right. There's a lot of things that most of us don't. All right, let's see how we are for time. So I don't want to run us past a commercial. All right, let's see. Jack Benny. This is from Mark. Let's see. Gianni, did you ever work with Jack Benny? And what's your favorite memory of him?
I love Jack Benny. I met Jack Benny early on in his life, and he was performing in Las Vegas. And Frank Sinatra asked me to do a favor and send my car and pick him up at his last show at the Tropicana and bring him because I had State Street at the time, my restaurant. And he'd stay there until we closed. The man never wanted to go to bed. But he had the greatest thing he ever told me, because I just did the movie called The Godfather. And he said, always remember one thing about show business. He said, now listen to me. I said, I'm listening. Remember show business. Business is the bigger word. Make good deals. Forget the show.
That is good advice. And if there's anything I know you're good at, you've done a lot of movies, a lot of shows, but you are a businessman on every single day of the week.
Oh, no.
You've got deals going all over the world. all hours of the night.
Actually, 73 countries right
It's
now.
it's incredible to me that you can keep it all straight. And it's
I got
fun.
good people. I have good people.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You got good people that's helping take care of all your assets. But holy cow, I just listened to the stuff you do, and I'm thinking, I don't know how the hell you keep up with it. You're going from one place to the other to the other. So, and that being said, why don't we go ahead and do a commercial? We'll talk about what you've got going on.
Oh, yeah, please. Well, what's big coming up for me, obviously, is Columbus Day weekend at Resorts World in the Catskills. And that's October 11th to the 13th. And you have to have a casino host, or if you don't have one, call my friend Dino Trombini, and I'll give you, he wants me to give you his phone number. I'm going to give it to you. 401-741-0430. He's the VP of Player Development. His last name is Trombino, Trombino. Dino Trombino. Ask him, he'll get you in. We're almost sold out already, though. I think we got maybe 20 seats left, fortunately. They just told me. I'm just loving what I'm doing, fortunately.
Now, isn't there a gift that comes with going to that?
Oh, yeah,
Same
everybody,
place?
every good memory. Everybody gets the new book and a bottle of vodka, every couple. And now they're doing the same thing, which thank you for reminding me, on New Year's Eve in Resorts World in Las Vegas. They're giving 1,000 couples a book and a bottle of vodka on New Year's Eve.
Now, are you going to be there on New Year's Eve?
No, I'm in Europe.
Oh,
I don't come back until January. I wish they wanted me to, but
go to the
I'm
wedding.
already booked all through Europe. No, but also I'm working. I work in the Lark in Dublin. I'm already sold out on the 2nd of January. Now they're asking me to do the 3rd. And then I'm going to stop in London and do a show on the way back. So I'll be back in this country by the 6th. But what I'm really thrilled about, I was back invited this week to Chiller Theater Expo. It's one of the biggest shows here. I went a couple of times. I haven't done it in a couple of years. It's October 24th, 25th, 26th. It's the Hilton in Persimmon, New Jersey, the Hilton Hotel. And again, it's called the Chiller Theater Expo. Go online. They're already showing me on the, you won't believe the cast of stars and celebrities that'll be there. And that's October 24th, 25th, and 26th. So that's all commercials up to date the next couple of weeks.
Holy cow. I can't even keep up with all the ones that you've just said. That's incredible. So, when are you in the Catskills?
And the Catskills on their Columbus Day weekend.
Columbus Day.
Yeah. Actually, the show's on the 11th, I think. Yeah, or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Saturday.
Okay.
It's Columbus.
Oh.
It's Resorts World in the Catskills, Columbus Day weekend. Call Dino, get a reservation.
All right. Holy smokes. We got you all over the place.
Thank God.
All right. So, all right. Let's see what the next one is. Natalie asked, can you tell us any stories about Tony Curtis?
Tony Curtis, of course. Tony Curtis and I did a great movie together.
Lepke, right?
Yeah, he played Lepke and I played Albert Anastasia. And Albert Anastasia's brother in real life was Tony Anastasia.
Oh, wow.
Albert Anastasia, for the people who don't know, created Murder Incorporated. He had a company. If you want somebody to murder, you call him up, they arrange it, and he's dead. This is true.
That's still going today? Asking for a friend?
No, I don't think so. They're all dead and buried. And
Darn.
Tony Anastasia, Tough Tony, his nickname was, he was the head of the International Longshoremen's Union. Every ship on the water from San Francisco all the way down the coast, all the way around up to Canada, he and Marcellus controlled it. the International Longshoremen's Union, and he's my godfather.
Are you kidding me?
No,
You've got ties to everything.
well, I mean, I know all these people.
Right.
They're
Sure.
my family, thank God.
Right. Oh, wow.
No, but
So,
Tony Curtis, we did a movie together, like you pointed out, Lepke. Louis Buchalter was, in Murder Incorporated with Albert. That's what it was all about. And but he was so in love with Marilyn Monroe, but he was bisexual also.
oh, that's right.
And he's like, him. I mean, him and Marlon Brando had a thing. I can't believe it. I mean, it was like, I said, don't tell me anymore, please.
Oh, gosh, yeah. That's wild. Well, everybody absolutely loved talking about your movies. So we need to decide what movie it is, or which series, or which one of your shows that we want to talk about next. And I thought,
Maybe we should do Lepke.
yeah, okay.
He's very colorful, and it's an international true story.
I
And
love that.
he made a deal with Dewey. This is a true story.
Who's Dewey?
He was the governor at the time, running for president of the United States. And Louis Buchalter made a deal that he would surrender only to him, and they couldn't find him. He was actually hiding out in the column on the Brooklyn side of the Brooklyn Bridge. He lived in it. He had a beautiful suite. Nobody even knew where he was.
Oh my gosh. That is insane.
I know, it's crazy. In fact, when we shot the scene we shot it in Brooklyn in a prison, and I was there for some reason. I wasn't on death row, but he was on death row, and he had to pass my cell. And while they were walking him, because he was Jewish, he had shaved his head and got him ready for the electric chair, there was a tremendous lightning storm. You couldn't believe this. I mean, it was so horrible, and cracking and all that. And everybody was so serious. And as he got past me, and he said to me, "Do you believe what's going on?" I said, "Yeah, they're going to get an Oscar for special effects. They got to give it to God."
That's incredible. It was speaking, this is kind of on topic, but the thunder and lightning here the other day was so intense and so loud. I was at work, and I had said to my friend, if you need me, I'm going to be in here hiding underneath my
Under
desk.
the desk, yeah.
It scares the crap out of me. I'm such a wimp. But yeah, that's funny.
That's scary. I mean, what's going on? I mean, I hate to say, but what's going on in the world, I mean, I'm 82. I've seen a lot, but I think God is really mad at us.
Oh,
He don't like what his world is doing.
Yeah, he's like, you guys are making a mess.
There's too much hatred. There's too much everything going on.
Right. That is so true. And you just wonder. I look for my sweet little grandbabies, and I just think, let's have a resurgence of people being good to each other. But maybe they never have. We just see it all more now because of the news. But yeah, it's kind of funny how that rolls around, and you start
so much anger. I mean, it's anger. People. I mean, but I'm not a politician. I don't even want to think about it. But I'm wondering, how do you think you're going to get Israelis to live with Palestinians? It's not going to happen. Why do you even try? I mean, it's like, it's I don't know. They're just trying to, I don't know who these people are, but.
Right. Well, it is terrifying. But so I want to ask a question, because I just happen to know that you are artistic, and if you want to share, and if you don't, we can cut this part, but I love your background today.
Oh, good.
Well,
I paint all these walls, and I'm very religious, and not because here over my head there's a cardinal. I have 12 cardinals, because I put 12 cardinals to, like the Vatican. So I love it. There's 12 cardinals planted around my house. And I used to tell my grandkids, you find all 12, Grandpa, I'll give you $12.
Oh, cute.
And
I
they
love
used to
that.
go all over looking for them.
Well,
Yeah,
you know,
I love all this painting. I do it all, sitting around for phone calls, I start painting something.
well, it's incredible because you have all these, I mean, you're always up to something. You're not one to sit very still. In fact, I sent you that video the other day. I don't know if you've got time to watch it, but it's so cool. But I just look at all the different hidden talents that you have that I would have never thought you were a painter, and then look at that. I can't draw a stick figure.
Yeah,
So
that's my Cardinals. I love them.
I know, I love that.
It's
You painted all the walls in your place?
well,
Or a
not,
few of them?
I mean, I didn't paint the walls white or anything like that.
Yeah, but
I
you
have
painted.
landscapes everywhere. I have in my dining room, I painted a mural that I watched when in Amalfi Coast. I was staying with my cousin after the Kennedy assassination. I went on a vacation for 2 years
Right.
to get out of there. And from my window, I painted what I saw in my dining room now. And when everybody comes, they all go to like it's a window, and it's the Amalfi Coast, and it even has my 146-foot yacht tied up down there because I used to look at it all the time. It was like,
Oh my gosh. Well, it's just fun to see all of your talents that you have that, that people wouldn't know about.
no, God bless me. I'm so, we all haven't. People don't develop them.
Right. It's
I didn't
funny
go.
to think
I
of.
didn't go to art school. I didn't do any of that.
Well, it is beautiful in the fact that I would never, I can't, well, speaking of this, I'm looking at you, you're painting murals. I came when I first moved to this house and I hung a picture here and hung a picture there. And then I started looking and I thought, well, by damn, every picture in my house is just a little bit crooked. I'm like, what is wrong with me? I thought, excuse me, I just thought it was kind of funny. I'm like,
But that's your personality. It's
yeah,
perfect.
oh, I'm definitely a little off. That's for sure.
Oh, that's good though.
Well,
If I were you, I wouldn't change a thing. Everybody
no,
loves you. Everybody loves your personality. So
well, thank you. It's you know, I like having fun. I work in the Ogden office. There's just a few of us, and then some days I work down in the Salt Lake office, and I think, oh, they're probably glad I work half my time down here, because I just come in like a tornado, and I like having fun. I'm just like you. I mean, life is.
hey, life's too short.
That's right. I'm here to have a good time. One of my a guy I knew said, "We're not here for a long time, just a good time." And I was like, "Hell yeah." Uh, right? We won't be here forever, so we might as well make the most of it.
You know what I tell people? Because, well, you know my story. When I got polio, I was like 5 years by myself. And that was my time to cry and feel
Oh,
bad. And once I got out of there, I didn't have a smile on my face. Never again without a smile. And that's it. It's
Johnny, I know just looking at things, I know people that have been through legitimate rough times. That was hard. I think back all the time, and I tell you, my little granddaughter, she's probably 8 now, but thinking of her as a little tiny kid, and where your parents had to put you in the hospital. And I mean, did your mom go to the hospital with you when they first took you?
no, you're not allowed. I was quarantined.
So
They didn't know even how to cure this thing. It was years later when they created the March of Dimes and we raised all this money for polio vaccine. And Dr. Jonas Salk, that's um, I don't know, Jimmy Kahn's calling me.
yeah, telling you it's hot down here.
Uh, so anyway, no. So what happened was that, I just I lost my train of thought.
Oh, we were talking about when they
No, they
came.
couldn't come because I
Oh,
was quarantined.
right.
And that wasn't until after Jonas saw 2 or 3 years, then we had the vaccine. And then people started coming. But I don't know what went on. I knew my mother got institutionalized by my father.
Oh,
He put her in a nut house, this crazy guy. And, so,
that used to be pretty popular.
oh no, they did that a lot.
Right. They got sick of their wives and wanted a break from their wives. They'd just go have her put up in the cuckoo
Well,
bin
then,
for a bit.
that when you had people or connections, you could do that. And my father didn't have a lot of money, so he put my mother in the, as I understand it, I was in the hospital. My two other sisters, which I had only at that time, lived with my aunts. So he had an apartment and he had her come over there and live right in the neighborhood. That's how crazy he was.
Back then, when women were a little more docile than today,
Yeah, I don't
you
know.
don't dare do that today. So where do you fall in your kid or in your family, Gianni?
I have two sisters older. Now I have a younger sister also that she came later on in life. But I
Okay.
really I don't see any of them because I never went back home.
Yeah.
I never went back to, just let's not even talk about that. So
Right.
positive things.
Right. Okay. All right. Let me see. So this is Jason, and Jason wants to know, when was the time that you were the most nervous or afraid when you were working for Costello, where you ran into a situation where you thought you might get caught or you might be in some trouble?
Never. I knew he would never let me get caught. I was never doing anything that we couldn't get out of. And I was delivering envelopes. That's why he named me the kid. Anybody asks you your name, just tell them the kid. That's all you got to tell them. I said, why? He said, because they can never find you. You know how many kids there are in the street? And
Right.
laughing. No, he was too brilliant. No, and he would never put me in danger. No, I was the son that him and Loretta never had.
I love that.
No, it's perfect.
It's amazing because you do have people that come along in your life that are like family or take you under their wing, and thank goodness for them,
Yeah.
But all right,
I've had so many people. I've been blessed.
I know. You've had
Once I got out of the hospital, and even Maya Lansky and the different people that, that you hear their names and people cringe. They were gentle people.
right.
I mean, they did a lot of crazy things, but
Well, and like I always try and think, even if you're a horse's ass, somebody probably loves you, or you've got to have something good about you. And so
oh no, they weren't that. They were just criminals.
yeah.
They
Well,
were they weren't horses.
no, I'm just saying in my life, I try and think of, like if I meet someone and I, think they're a pain, and I think, well, somebody likes them somewhere, or, I try and find something
Oh
good
yeah,
in
no,
people, but
yeah, I understand what you're saying now. Yeah.
yeah, but that's wild. All right, we got another commercial, and then we'll wrap it up.
Oh, well, let's talk about again because it's coming up. Columbus Day weekend. I'm at Resorts World in the Catskills, October, that whole Columbus Day weekend. Saturday night, if you come, if you get invited, call the casino now. If you have a host,
If you don't have one, then they can call Dino, right?
yeah, they don't have, and they call Dino now. And the guy is, he's the vice president of player development. So he can get you in. And his phone number is 401-741-0403. Just call Dino, say, Johnny, I heard him on the show, said, you probably can get me in. I don't know because I know we're almost sold out. And then I'm so happy, and I want to thank the gentleman who runs Chiller. Chiller is one of the best shows. And you came to a couple of the shows. You went to the Burbank show. There's
Oh
so
yeah,
fun.
yeah.
The celebrities that you see here, and it's just a great reunion. It's like a party.
Yeah.
And
Let me just say, for any fan that wants to have a great weekend, and just you are in wherever it's at, if it's a hotel, if it's a convention center, whatever it is, you're gonna walk from table to table to table
yeah,
and see all these movie stars.
yeah, they're all there.
It's incredible.
It's a
And
great thing.
it's a fun time. They can get their autographs with you guys. They can get pictures with you guys. It's incredible.
Take selfies. It's fun. But Chiller, it's called the Chiller Theater Expo, and it's in the Hilton Hotel in Persimmon, New Jersey. Just look it up. Go on their website. You'll see photographs of movie stars you're not going to believe. I'm going to be there the 24th, 25th, 26th of October this year. And I love doing these shows. You go there, you meet all your friends you haven't seen in years, and great superstars, I mean, show up.
Well, yeah, it's incredible to see because there's all sorts of people in there. And it's not just, it's for all ages. That was the thing I noticed.
They have, I mean, you could see Shirley Temple if she was there. That's no, they're all there.
Well, the fun part is it's so fun for us, me included as a fan, to be able to see all these people that you grew up watching or you may still have watched. And then part of the fun for me when I was able to join you was to see you get to act or run into your friends like a reunion. And that is so fun to see you with your people. So
especially with me, because I've had such a long run, fortunately. I made 46 motion pictures, 200 hours of television. So when you start to think of all the celebrities, even the supporting cast, it's fun to see them because you don't get to see them. I live in New York. Most people don't live here. They all live in the West Coast and wherever now. But it's a great event.
Well, the one story I thought was so funny is that we talked with Sheree Wilson, what a beauty, from Dallas and Walker, Texas Ranger. And you said, well, I did a Walker, Texas Ranger. You guys were on the same episode, but never in the same vicinity.
Well,
and
yeah,
never saw each other.
She was the district attorney, and I had nothing to do with her. It's funny, so many movies I've made, and if you're not working with the person, you don't see them because they work different days even.
Right.
He's not sitting there for 2 months making a movie,
Right. Well, I think that's something that, unless you've been, I wouldn't, you kind of hear now, but you just think of a movie cast, you see it all in an hour or 2 hours and you think, well, of course they were all right there hanging out, but that's the difference now. You may never cross paths.
No.
So that's wild. All right, let's see. All right, I thought I had one question left. Let me see.
Yeah,
What'd you say?
Find it. We're in no hurry.
All right, let me just double check. We don't want to miss anybody. Just while we're looking at that, everybody, we are on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're at Real Gianni Russo. We're at Hollywood Godfather Podcast. I've got Instagram, Jeanie at Hollywood Godfather Podcast. Please go on there. We'd love you to be our friend.
Follow us. Please. And Definitely. It's a great way to find out from you what you want on the show. You could just send anything to one of our websites. It don't have to be on air. You don't have to wait for a mailbag.
Right. And we appreciate your questions. I try and gather them from everywhere. In fact, someone had mentioned saying, hey, I noticed you don't answer the questions on the comments. Well, because we take the questions and answer them on the show. So hopefully the gentleman that said, hey, I don't see that you're answering us, we're answering you right here. And we appreciate your questions. Like I said, anything that you guys send to us, questions, Gianni and I will get talking, and then it will remind him of a whole new topic and send us on to a whole new show. So please follow us on there. We love interacting with you. I was just looking to see. I thought I had one more question, but I think we might be good. Oh, Don Rickles.
Well, I love Don Rickles.
Don Rickles, that was the last one. How long did you work with Don Rickles? You worked as his opener, right?
What happened? That happened because they were customers of mine, and Sinatra thought I was ready to go to big rooms and perform, and he thought I should work in a room but not do the whole show until I got familiar with it, the mannerisms and all that. And he arranged for me to open as the opening act for a half hour of singing, because he's a comic, obviously. And we were a great combination. We traveled for 6 or 7 months. And which is ironic because that's how I met at first on January 18th, 1979. I met Donald Trump.
That's right.
And he came backstage with his wife. And I thought the guard was lying. I just did my half hour. And they said, no, Donald Trump and Ivana Trump want to see you. I said, yeah, and Dick Tracy wants to see you. They said, no, they're really here. But make a long story short, then he's the one that had me become a headliner because I opened Trump Castle for him the following year in 1990. In February, I opened as a headliner, and I've been headlining 40 years later. Here I am, still doing it. I love it.
That's incredible. So tell me, you started out in Vegas. You had a wig store. What was your first business in Las Vegas?
Oh my God. My first business in Las Vegas, I opened a wig store. Yep, at Johnny Russo's Wig World. I opened the jewelry store, Russo Castaldi Jewelers. I had a lot of businesses there. I actually thought I enjoyed it. I was there for a while, but I was doing a big money business nobody knew about. Taking money to the Vatican, that was my cover. But anyway, it's just totally insane.
You know, you have done so many different things. I mean, and the thing is, I don't know, knowing you as much as I do, and I don't think you can pick one, and maybe you can, and I just don't know, but out of all of your businesses, what one right now is your favorite?
I like, I'm doing something now that's probably involves the world. So, I mean, I'm just expanding. So I'm expanding my food and liquor business, and we're just about to, put another $100 million in this business. And I'm not doing it. I ain't writing a check. But
Right.
no, it's a legacy. And, again, because I started off my first business, I was selling ballpoint pens. I'd buy them for 10 cents, and somebody give me a quarter, some person give me $1. And it's nice to see where it evolved,
Yeah, I'd say it worked out just fine. Just fine. I love it. Well, that's fantastic. All right. Well, thank you for sharing all your life with us. I love it. So next
No,
week,
thank you all for tuning in and staying fans with us and being loyal. Tell the world we have some surprises coming up. You'll be a part of it. You'll be invited to. And stay safe. It's a crazy world we live in.
that's exactly right. Please rate and review our show. Give us 5 stars. Share it with your friends. That's the way the show grows bigger. Send in your suggestions, questions, something you'd like Gianni to tell you about, because I haven't stumped Gianni yet. It hasn't seemed to matter. Whatever we come
It's
up
bound
with.
to happen soon.
I don't know. I love it. And I thank you for sharing your stories with us, because I started out as a fan. I'm still a big fan, and I love to hear them. So thanks everybody for joining us. Have a good night.
Thank you all. Have
Good
a
night,
great
Dad.
week. We'll see you next week.
Can't wait to hear. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
From Sinatra's stage to Brando's scene, Marilyn smiling, the mob's ode sheen. Like, comment, subscribe, don't miss the show. Hollywood Godfather Podcast.com. Let's go. Follow at Hollywood Godfather, real Gianni Russo. We'll see you next week. That's how we do so.